Yo, yo, hey, how's everybody doing? We'll get started here in just a second. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get some music on, some hip hop music, R&B. All right, we're gonna get started here in a second, making sure everything is good. Okay. Well, that's too close up. Get started here in a second, making sure everything is good. All right, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So we are in the building. Let me make sure everything else is good. Change that later. All right. If you have questions, you can ask them. I can get your questions here on the screen. So we can chat it up. We can talk. We can conversate. We can get popping. And I always leave my podcast open to anybody who want to come in and talk, and we can discuss some things. But one of the things I want to talk to you guys about today, because I always sit back and I'll be like, I think about it. Because my whole life, I'm turning this off, my whole life, you know what I'm saying? My weight has fluctuated. It up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's fluctuated my whole life. And it has been a struggle. I don't think people understand how much of it is to keep your weight off and to keep your body right. You know, it's a struggle, especially if you used to eating a lot. Let me see if I can get some highlights. Okay. So it's a struggle, you know. And so I don't think people really understand the struggle that we go through, people, as you know, as far as like losing weight. So emotionally, the things you go through as you grow up, people talking about your weight and shit like that. I've been through all of that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write a book, how people treat you, because now that I'm getting in shape is way different. The way people treat me when they see me is way different. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm more physically fit. People respect you more. People hold doors open for you. You know, not so much when you overweight. females laugh at jokes, you know, they wouldn't normally laugh at. I know that, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a difference. But you try to, you know, get to a point where, if like, especially if you're tired of being fat, you try to get yourself together, you work out. I've been working out for like, maybe, it's been a long time, but like serious working out for like a year and a half. Like really serious working out and trying to eat better. You know what I'm saying? So it's a struggle, you know, and I don't get called fat. I ain't been called fat in like, I would say at least a year. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been called fat. But every once in a while, somebody will pull that word fat out. They'll be like, they'll get upset and they'll be like, you fat motherfucker, or you fat ass, or something like that. It's like they're gonna use that term negative. So that got me thinking, like, if you overweight and you got people around you that's maybe skinny or whatever, that's something you need to think about. Like, because if they call me fat, if they get upset with me, if they get to their most upset level, and then even you, they'll be like, your fat ass, you fat as, you know what I'm saying? So even though they say they love you, like if you overweight, you really need to look or understand how somebody who's not overweight looks at you. Because I think we overweight people have went through life thinking, like in our mind, we good. And they're gonna accept us the way that we are. But I'm telling you, as someone who's been fat, who's been skinny, who's been now more muscular, so I've been everything. I've been through everything. I'm telling you that people who are not fat don't look at you pleasantly. And that's what you need to understand, that. Even just today, somebody couldn't find no words to say or how to diss me. So where did he go to? You fat. He wasn't saying that out of love. He was using that to knock me. You feel what I'm saying? Black people have a way of taking you to what they call your sunken place. You may be getting out of a situation, whether it's an abusive marriage, anything. You may be getting out of something. And they come to you and they'll start bringing you back to your sunken place. The same thing that you've been trying to escape from, people are pulling you back. Why? Because there's triggers. If you are a fiend, you a hype or whatever, and you want to sober up, if someone start bringing crack cocaine around you, you're gonna fall. You're gonna go back to that. And some people, that's what they want. I know this for a fact. I done gave up 4 or 5 times because of ridicule. People telling me you can't make it, you're not gonna make it. Yeah, I'm telling you, Jersey. People, I'm telling y'all, people don't look at y'all like that. They don't look at, and I mean us. I'm gonna say us because I'm not running away from what I was. So I'm gonna say us. Like, what else do you know that somebody be like, yeah, we cool, I love you. But as soon as they get upset, you fat ass. That's why you fat. Bro, it's like I'm holding this in the whole fucking time. Oh, I'm just playing. Yo, listen, somebody told me, and this has changed my life. When somebody tell you they just playing, that's the ones you need to watch out for. I'm just playing. Nah, bruh. We grown. We don't play like that. Life ain't about playing around. You got people out here who, if they can't get at you like physically, because they physically broke down, they bad off, they body bad off, they medically sick. If I can't get at you, I'm gonna ruin your reputation, whatever you got going on. I'm gonna try to ruin that. It's envy in this world, bro. You gotta watch out for that. That's something that I have to watch out for. I done bumped my head so many times, like believing in your fellow man. You can't believe your fellow man is not meant to be believed in like that, because everybody have their own intentions. Everybody has their own, and I learned that, and I feel happy because it was like people had businesses, right? And they seen my skill, and they was always like, "Yo, let me use your skills to build my business." And then when I get on, you know the rest. When I get on, you gonna get on. Oh, straight up, yeah. Clubs, everything. When we get on, you gonna get on. Not one single club ever done that. Not like that. So all just empty promises. So that let me know that you can't hit your wagon onto somebody else's dream, because they might not make their dream. They might never even see their dream. This club might close. They might not even see their dream, and you done hit your wagon onto something that's not a guarantee. Now what? I'm getting off into something else. But I'm just saying, people in that sense are two-faced. They two-sided. You say you love me, we cool, we you feel what I'm saying? But as soon as you get upset and you look at me, and when you look at me, you want to say the worst thing possible to, you know what I'm saying, for it to really sting. You know what I'm saying? You want it to really sting. So the thing that comes in your head is fat. It's fat. People look at you differently, man. Like, they look at you differently. And they treat you differently. I noticed that. And I'm not just saying like, because we all know, like, in our community, like, that is not looked at like that, you know, like a bad thing sometimes. Some people they say some people have they fat and they wear it well. That's what they say. They wear they fat well. They dress good and all that. Cool. I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But other communities and stuff like that, other, let's say, races or whatever, they may not look at it as that. I'm telling you, like, white men, like, they really hard on their own females. So, you know what I'm saying? If just anybody in general, Asian men, you know what I'm saying? Because you really see that in their community, all the communities, they really try to keep their health, keep themselves healthy. Like, they older men to be out there walking. You see them in the gym. They be old and shit and still be in the gym. because they understand health. They understand by doing this is gonna keep me around for a little bit longer. They get it. What can you say? They get it. Eat good food. They get it. You feel what I'm saying? So when they look at somebody who's not taking care of themselves, just imagine what that would look to them. Like, you really don't care about yourself. Because perception is everything. If you don't believe that, there's only two types of presidents only two types of people that's ever gonna be president. Somebody who tall, or somebody who's very fit, who take care of themselves, or a combination of both. You're not gonna have no short president. That's why it was so important for DeSantis to wear lifts, because we see tall as a strength. We see tall as a positive thing. You see what I'm saying? So I say that to say this: perception is everything. There's a saying that your first impression is your best impression. People look at you. When people look at you, this is how big perception is. When people look at you, the first thing they do is they look at some people, let's say they're shy, look at your eyes, they look at your teeth, and they look at your feet, what you got on your feet. In most cases. Now, a guy, obviously, I'm gonna look at the ass or something like that, but you know. But it's perception. It's how you come off to somebody. So if I'm, you know what I'm saying? You get it. If you overweight to some other people, that may look like you don't take care of yourself. So if you don't take care of yourself, this is what I was told as being somebody who's been through those different weights. If you don't take care of yourself, how could you care about something else? I don't know. Now, I used to get a lot more females being bigger because, like I said, I think when it comes to like black females, they like that. And that's cool. I'm not saying that that's not cool, but here lies the problem. You're going to get all that good loving. Excuse my language. You're going to get all that good pussy for years. I mean, they're going to let you blow their motherfucking back out. But now, you 40 years old, and that shit caught up to you. You're diabetic. Some people don't even make it. You have a heart attack, stroke. So, is it good to be like that? You feel what I'm saying? No, it's not. But like I said, with us, it's like, that's cool. Dude, big. And I see some big dudes. I be like, yo, dude, he look cool as fuck. You know what I'm saying? He look cool as fuck. So like, you know, no homo. I know the ladies on him because he doing it, got the chains on. You feel what I'm saying? He doing his thing. Point blank period. But what am I gonna say? But health-wise, that shit is horrible. That's the worst thing you can do, is be overweight after 35. That's the worst thing you can do to your body, because your body starts breaking down. Now you gotta deal with pains, all of that shit. So that's crazy. We got 21 views. I'm gonna take a little picture right here. Y'all keep it up. I'm at 21 views. Probably from a little bit of everything. So I'm happy about this. Look at another picture right here. and we'll keep it going. But yeah, people, you have to understand that. I don't want to be the one to break it to y'all like that, but it's true. They don't like that shit. They don't like the way it look. They cool with you, but I'm telling you, they think it's something totally different. And that's the reality of it. Because when you get them upset, it's just gonna come out. So I don't know. I need to be changed. It needs to be changed. This is something that needs to be talked about. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. My name is Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny. I kept y'all way too long. I'm out. Mahalo.